Thank you, Councillor Nicholas. Councillor Carpenter.
Madam Mayor, the fact that the Leader of the Council is not here to listen to the debate speaks volumes about how seriously Wandsworth Council takes housing. Madam Mayor, when I last spoke... No, it's a disgrace. When I last spoke on housing at the July meeting of the Council, I concentrated on the provision of affordable family housing for rent in both the social and the private sectors.
Madam Mayor.
Today...
Could I formally ask that Councillor Carpenter withdraw another one who's
What point of order, Councillor McCausland, what point of order are you raising, please?
Haven't a clue.
Right. Councillor Carpenter, continue, please.
Thank you. Today, I want to deal with some of the financial factors which constrain the supply of affordable housing in Wandsworth. Can I first say that there is much that is good about Wandsworth's social housing provision. The basic problem is that having sold off half of its estate over the past 30 years, there simply isn't enough supply of social housing to meet the underlying demand. Initiatives such as hidden homes and the proposed deposit scheme barely scratch the surface of the problem. I've drafted a paper for the Housing OSC looking at the implementation of the deposit scheme, and this shows that to finance only 100 deposits a year, a fund building up to some £12.5 million would be required, a significant imposition on the Council's financial resources. The coalition government has announced plans to revive the right to buy scheme, but this time replacing each unit sold with new build. Were the government to be successful in restoring sales to the level of £100,000 per annum reached in the heyday of right to buy, this would imply new government investment in housing of over £10 billion per annum. This is roughly twice the level achieved by the previous Labour government, a level of investment in housing which has been more than halved by the incoming coalition government. This level of investment is simply not credible from a government whose overriding priority is to decrease, not increase, the level of government debt. When I see Grant Shapps talking about housing, I'm reminded of a 1970s television sketch about the amazing Misto and Janet. The amazing Misto, in full magician's garb, and with more than a passing resemblance to Grant, held out a top hat, while his glamorous assistant Janet, not Wendy, pulled not rabbits, but tower blocks of council housing from it. It was a cruel deception then, and it is a cruel deception now. The government has come up with new schemes like affordable rent and limited tenure in an effort to reduce the subsidy to social housing and increase the nobility of social housing tenants. But our own Director of Finance has expressed reservations about the cost of implemented limited tenure, and international research has indicated that the costs can outweigh the benefits. Increasing social rents, combined with decreases in housing subsidy, far from reducing costs, is likely to increase homelessness, and the costs of addressing homelessness are far higher than the cost savings made by increasing rents. Today, we have heard about lots of well-intentioned initiatives to improve the supply of housing in Wandsworth, both social and private. But the fact of the matter is that without a very significant amount of money, all these will come to very little. Building 1,000 new family homes in Wandsworth will cost around £250 million, and we need 10,000 to clear the shortage of supply. When I was at Sussex University in the 1960s, I attended a lecture by Enoch Powell, a doyen of the Tory right, not unlike Liam Fox in our own day. He also came to a sticky end, mired in a river Tiber foaming with blood. Anyway, Mr. Powell was waxing lyrical about the Tories' radical programmes when a voice from the back of the hall called out, "How will you pay for this revolutionary programme?" Mr. Powell had no answer, nor, I fear, have Wandsworth Tories. Thank you.